Hi everybody, it's me again, and today I've got another beginner guitar lesson for you, but this time it's going to be on minor chords. So just the three most important minor chords that every beginner should learn before you progress with your playing. I also have a video on major chords, so if you want to check that out after this just to get the most important major chords learnt, I'd really recommend doing that. The three chords we're going to be having a look at are your D minor, your E minor, and your A minor. Okay, and I'm just going to go straight in with the E minor to begin with because that's probably the easiest chord to start with. So what I want you to do is take your first finger and place that on the second fret on the second string or the A string. Okay, and then you're going to take your second finger and place that on the second fret on the third string or the D string. Okay, and when you're strumming this chord, I want you to be strumming every single string, and it should sound like that. So when you strum it all together, it should be like this. Okay, so you're strumming from the top of the guitar all the way to the bottom of the guitar, so low E to high E. Okay, a lot of people will pull their hand down like this, but if you play that, you're going to be blocking notes out, and you really don't want that to come through on your chords. So make sure you're using the tips of your fingers to push down, and then your thumb position should either be near the top of the neck or pull it down to about the middle if you've not got enough room here at the bottom of your finger. Okay, so if you're blocking any strings, just make sure you're not pulling that hand down and your thumb is in the correct position on the back of the guitar. Some people will play their E minor with their second and third fingers, but I think it's a lot better if you use your first and second, and I'll explain why in other videos. So let's have a look at our second chord now. Okay, so our second chord is going to be an A minor chord. Okay, and with your A minor, I want you to take your first finger and go down to the B string on the first fret. So we should have that there. And then with your second finger, I want you to take that and put that on the second fret on the D string. So that's the third string down. So you should have your first finger on the B string and your second finger should be on the D string on the second fret. Okay? And sorry, your first finger should be on the first fret on that B string. Okay, now take your third finger and just place that in on the G string underneath your second finger, also on the second fret. Okay? And with this chord, you're going to strum from the second string, which is the A, because that's our root note of the chord. Okay? And it should sound like that. So put all of those together. Again, just make sure you're not pulling your hand down, you're not leaning on any of the other strings, and you have to make sure you're using the tips of your fingers to push down on the fretboard. So if we take those two chords, what I would recommend doing now is try changing between the two. So you're going to start on an E minor, and then after you've done the E minor, you're going to change to an A minor. Okay? When you're changing chords, it's really important that you look to see if there are any fingers in common with the two chords. And what I mean by that is there any fingers that don't actually need to be lifted off of the fretboard and put back on the fretboard? So if we look at E minor and A minor, your second finger is on the same fret for both of those chords. So if you can, do not lift that up, because in the long run, that is going to make it a lot easier for you when it comes to speeding it up and playing along with other songs. Right, now the last chord we're going to have a look at for today is the D minor chord, which isn't used very commonly in popular songs, but you don't want to come across a song and not know what you're doing, so I still recommend learning it. Okay, and with this one, your first finger is going to go in the high E, so the sixth string on the first fret. Your second finger is going to go on the G string on the second fret, so that's the fourth string down. And your third finger is going to go on the third fret on the B. Okay, and with this one, you strum from the third string, so you're going to strum from the D string. So you should be hitting 4 strings with that. And then what you should try and do after that is put all three of those together. So I want you to change from E minor to A minor to D minor. Okay, and don't worry about any kind of strumming patterns just now. Just make sure you're doing one strum on each one and you're strumming from the correct string and every single note is coming through. If you find there are some notes missing, what I would recommend doing is just break up the chord into single notes, and then you can see where you're going right and where you're going wrong, which fingers you have to move, and then you should be able to work out yourself from there and find out what you need to do to sort it. Okay, like I said, I also have another video which I will link you to on major chords as well, so when you're finished this and you've learned these 3 chords off by heart, I would recommend you go and learn the basic major chords for beginners as well. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and make sure you share and subscribe, and I will catch you again later.